So now, quite an easy one that you've got to explain the difference between characters, somebody that you may play, and non-player characters that are controlled by the computer usually. A non-player character can also be somebody else that you ally with in the game or somebody else that you play against in the game. But an NPC usually is something that's out of your control. So let's imagine for the instance of this unit that we're talking about something that's computer controlled. So every video game has a character to take control of, and quite often there'll be protagonist, so a good character, and usually you have some empathy with them. So if you're taking them through the game and you live through the missions and the journey and the quests within the game, maybe you'll go through difficult points within the game, challenges within the game, maybe you lose health, maybe you'll be sort of respawned or have another life, or maybe you just go on a journey and live with this character throughout the time that you play the game. Then you usually feel some kind of empathy, some kind of affinity to the character, and you usually sort of build up like for that character then. And that's why usually the protagonistic characters, good characters within a game, so that you can build up that sort of relationship with the game. But occasionally you will play as an antagonist, so a not so good character within the game. But that's usually, it's unusual that you wouldn't play the sort of hero or the good person within the game. And then sometimes you have to make moral choices within a game as well, and that'll test your moral compass within the game. So they'll ask you to make choices, good and bad, and depending on your choice, that will then you'll feel good or bad about yourself for making that choice, possibly within the game, depending on how much you sympathise or empathise with that character. Characters in the game that don't that beyond your control and non-player characters, usually, as I say, they're computer controlled, and we'll talk about computer controlled characters for the purpose of this, because they're controlled by artificial intelligence. That's a set of rules, or the chance. So it's based on chance. A set of rules is sometimes called an algorithm. So it's based on a set of rules or chances that something will happen. And then that gives the impression that they're artificially intelligent, that they've got some kind of intelligence and can work out what's going on in the game, and it really can't. It will depend on the scenario. So your non-player characters are just coded into the game. So you'll say at this point in the game there's a certain chance that they will attack you, or a certain chance that they will become your allies, or there's a certain chance that they will cause you damage, or there's a certain chance that you can cause damage to them. And so that will all be coded into the game, and as you progress through the game or within the game, then the chances of them either attacking you, befriending you, or taking damage will change. And usually the situation is that they will, if you're talking about characters that attack you, usually the chances are that they will cause more damage to you, and you will be able to cause less damage to them as the game goes on. And that's so that there's more challenge within the game. So as you get better at the game, then they get better too, and therefore the challenge continues throughout the game, and therefore you don't become bored with the game.